So nothing quite as scary as what the Arsenal fans are seeing here at the Majeski across the UK this evening. Leeds are leading 1-0 at Southampton, 1-0 to Middlesbrough away at Sunderland, Aston Villa leading at the County Ground, and 0-0 between Wigan and Bradford. 45 minutes to try and turn this around. Let's join our commentators for the second half, Don Goodman and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, Arsene Wenger's attitude to his players may be, you got yourselves into this mess, get yourselves out of it, because he hasn't made any changes at half-time. But when you think of comebacks from 4-0 down, you do think about Arsenal. The fact that when they were 4-0 up at Newcastle, they allowed their opponents back into it to get a 4-4 draw. And of course, last season they had 90 minutes to turn around a 4-goal deficit against Milan. Nearly did it in the second leg of their Champions League tie, but only managed to get the 3 in the end. So can the comeback started by Theo Walcott at the end of the half be completed in the second half by Arsenal?
Well, I would say if there's any chance whatsoever of that happening, they need to start the second half really fast. Try and put Reading under some pressure, because for the most part, apart from the last minute, very, very comfortable for Reading. Arsenal, they need to look at it as a second half. Can they make life uncomfortable for Reading? As Niall said, if they can get the second goal, then it might start getting a bit interesting.
Morrison. Here's Chris Gunter, who did play in a 4-4 draw against Arsenal in his Tottenham days. He came on trailing at 4-2, and Spurs eventually got an equaliser in injury time.
Young Miguel, the left-back, just went flying into a challenge there. Be very, very careful. Already been booked.
Climbing again, and Robson Canu's in there, and Martinez has to claw that one away.
Well, I told you about Noel Hunt in the air, and anybody hasn't seen him prior to this season, most of his career in the Championship, he's a little fella with a big spring. Really gives Robson Kanu a real opportunity.
Shawry's ball across. Morrison wins the header. And, well, they're furious there because they think Noel Hunt should have had a penalty. Ledgerwood pulls it back across dangerously. Oh, it was nearly another own goal. It came off Miguel.
Well, they're surrounding the referee because they feel they should have had a penalty, and I have to say, from where I'm standing, I can't argue against that. This ball comes in right in the back there. Is it Shamat? Just bundles into the back of Noel Hunt, who can't believe it. Then it hits the arm, I think, of Coquelin. And then as the ball's played in, young left-back nearly completes ultimate nightmare.
And we've won another corner. It is mayhem in that Arsenal backline at the moment. Absolute mayhem.
And they have done so well over the course of the season to shore things up defensively. I know it's a different defence. You've got to remember, 3 of them very experienced.
Shawry's kick again. Martinez didn't look particularly convincing, but he was impeded in the referee's view.
Well, I know I said goalkeepers are overprotected, but even I can't have any complaints about this. He's always going to get clattered there. Is it Morrison that comes in? But I wonder if this game hadn't been 4-1, whether or not anything would have been different, because that is clearly a penalty. Nowhere near the ball, just bundles Hunt over and gets away with one. I think the referee was in a good enough position to see that and give it maybe a bit of sympathy.
Here's Roberts. Taken down in the end by Johan Giroud.
I said Arsenal, if they're going to get back in this, need to start the second half much better. Well, they haven't, and if anybody looks like scoring, it's the home team again.
They look like they dread every ball that Nicky Shawry puts in, be it from a corner or a free kick, and Shawry has the opportunity to do that again here. They do deal better with that one in terms of getting it away. That's an awful effort, but doesn't even go out for a goal kick from Gunter.
I think the flag's gone up. And he can afford, can't he, at 4-1 up, to have a little smile about that.
Anything but a smile.
No. Raging inside at what he's seeing. Standards over the last 16, 17 years while he's been there been so very, very high.
And changing the team round isn't an excuse. It's getting on the end of the throw-in. Koscielny trying to isolate him, but Roberts has got past him. Hunt's in the middle if he can pull it across. Back instead to Ledgerwood, who lifts this one over.
Well, it's young Gnabry. That actually saves his team from going 5 down, but brilliant play from Jason Roberts. Poor defending. Should never, from that position there, be able to get into the position he ends up. Too strong, too good, very unselfish layoff, and Gnabry comes in. Puts Ledgerwood under enough pressure for him to sky the shot.
There's McCleary. Coquelin trying to put him under pressure. And Miguel away. It's been fairly relentless in terms of Arsenal's defending so far in the second half. Here's a rare opportunity for them to break. It's Theo Walcott again. Oh, and between goalkeeper and post, it goes behind.
I think it's Chris Gunter that shows determination. The right back, as Walcott makes his run, checks it a little bit, stays onside, and then it's a good ball. Saving grace for Reading. Maybe it's on his weaker left side, but Gunter does well. He gets back.
Corner's poor. Koscielny. Now Giroud. Jenkinson. Hunt stopped it with his hand.
Lenient, really. Most referees would probably give a yellow card for something like that. Deliberate handball.
Oh, Hunt, though, got away with it.
I'm sure he'd rather have had a penalty. Taken his yellow card.
Here's Emmanuel Frimpong. Now Jenkinson. Miguel. This is Coquelin. Frimpong. Walcott. Now Gnabry. Oh, he did really well.
Well, only once before in the entire match has he had a 1v1 where he cut inside at the other end and unleashed a shot that got deflected, but this time ends up going outside. That is a really good effort. You know what? A real goal-scoring poacher would have followed that in and had a tap in there. Arsenal maybe don't have one in the starting 11.
Talk about games like this being an education for young players, and they are learning a real lesson, a harsh lesson tonight. First touch from Frimpong. Here's Coquelin looking for Marouane Chamakh. Appeared to control that with his hands. Goes down in the area. Nothing given either way, and even though he's appealing for the penalty, it's probably justice in the end for the fact he handballed in the build-up anyway.
The referee's going to take issue with him for his protestation. I don't think the referee can give this from where he is. As Shamak. Does he get ahead of Gunter? Well, he dives. It's almost like Gunter's trying to handle the ball. Let's have a look here. He heads it forward. Does Gunter come? Tries. Well, it's handball, and that's what he's claiming for. That should be a penalty. It's 1-1 now. And penalties not given. The first thing was if any decision was going to be given for that, it had to come from the assistant referee.
Shamak is the one who ends up with the yellow card. Marouane Chamakh. Morrison away from Arshavin. It's Ledgerwood. Confirmation of the booking for Marouane Chamakh, the second Arsenal player to see yellow after Miguel. Offside here, Jason Roberts.
And he says no. He timed his run. Well, hasn't been a dull evening, has it? Hasn't been a dull evening. We wouldn't have expected it either.
Here's Arshavin. He's got away from Gawks. Jenkinson trying to drive it across. Walcott tried to apply the touch.
Well, because he doesn't quite get the touch he's looking for, he gets a little touch, and I wonder if this takes it away from Gnabry. Better, much better from Arsenal. Great ball in. I think that ball would have gone right through to the youngster who's coming in at the far post, but Walcott has to go for goal. Doesn't quite get the contact that he's looking for. But look at the referee's position here. He's way back. His view's blocked by several players, Morrison, but Gunter really gets away with one. Chamakh turns to the referee, but assistant referee is the one that has to see that.
Here's Roberts. Frimpong. Oh, an unfortunate slip by Hunt. Here's Walcott. Frimpong. Arshavin dragging it away from Mikael Ledgerwood and winning a free kick.
Well, Arsene Wenger's not happy, but Arsenal are clawing their way back in terms of attempts, but still they're not working Adam Federici in the goal as often as they need to get back in this game.
Jenkinson's cross. Away burst by Gawks. By Shorey.
First real, what I would call, sustained period of pressure from Arsenal. This is more like what Arsene Wenger would have expected and would have been looking for.
Coquelin has gone down in a heap. And Frimpong stops Reading from breaking. Now Arshavin's hauled back by Noel Hunt. It's getting a bit lively, this.
And I think Kevin Friend has been fairly lenient in his judgment of physical clashes here this evening. He's allowed the game to flow. And maybe, just maybe, that's 30 seconds, culmination of that.
Acting now with a long talking to for Noel Hunt and a long talking to for Michael Oliver from Arsene Wenger. Who would be a fourth official, having to take responsibility for somebody else's decisions.
It's good when you put it like that.
Sure, going for the header, but unable to direct it. Carl Jenkinson. Here's Roberts. Shorey. Here's Robson Kanu. Arsenal defence had squeezed up. Wrong way for tap, and Shorey gets there ahead of Noel Hunt.
He's very stretched. The game is very stretched, end to end.
Gnabry looking to drive away through. Had the confidence to try and go through the middle, but ends up showing too much of it to Morrison, who breaks in response for Reading.
End to end. New attack, real attack.
Well, nothing to lose for Arsenal. Not as if any goal difference issues are at stake. They might as well give it a go to preserve their interest in this competition. Gnabry turning away from Ledgerwood. Arshavin. Beyond the reach of Marouane Chamakh. If Arsenal can get another with half an hour remaining, who knows?
There's a long way to go. Reading got 3 in 20 minutes, didn't it?
Looks like changes are finally in the offing. Thomas Eisfeld set to come on, and possibly Giroud as well. There's Johan Giroud. Now Walcott. Here's Miguel. Got out by Tanner. Aimed towards Marouane Chamakh. Here's Giroud. Had his legs ripped from under him by Jason Roberts. Coquelin. Arshavin finding Carl Jenkinson. Once a flick from Frimpong, Coquelin has to get his way out of the problem against Ledgerwood, which he did. Now Miguel. Gnabry. Pressure from Gunter.
There's a better intensity, isn't there, to Arsenal's passing and movement? Well, it had to be.
They are certainly making more of an impression now in the final third than they did in the first half, or the very end of that half when Walcott scored. So here come the changes. Emmanuel Frimpong is the man who's going to make way for Olivier Giroud. Frimpong is still feeling his way back to first-team action after a second serious cruciate injury. And the youngster Serge Gnabry's night will end here for the arrival of another young player, Thomas Eisfeld, the 19-year-old German youth international who came from Borussia Dortmund in January. He's had a good scoring record with the under-21s, for whom he scored 4 goals in 8 appearances already this season, and he made a very good impression on the pre-season tour of Asia after being a late call-up for that squad.
Certainly now Giroud is on the field alongside Chamakh. Arsenal have to get some crosses into that penalty area. 2 lads very, very capable. I would think with those substitutions, probably expect Arsenal maybe to go into a 4-4-2 formation with Giroud and Chamakh down the middle.
Ledgerwood. Gunter. Flag up against Noel Hunt. No free kick given there for Coquelin. He looks utterly bemused. Here's Robson Kanu. Challenged by Jenkinson. Arshavin. Chamakh tried to slide it across. Wins the corner.
They tried to play it early, but they had 1 target in the penalty area. There's no question Arsenal have improved in the last 10 minutes or so.
Walcott's corner, Giroud's header! And talk about an instant impact! Arsenal really are motoring now.
Wow, this is a fantastic header. I mean, the corner is hit with such pace. It's curling away from Giroud, but the way he redirects that pace, absolutely wonderful. Federici can't get across far enough. get enough on it to keep it out. That is a wonderful header. We've got a game on our hands here. Looked for a long, long time, as if we hadn't. But as I said, something different about Arsenal. The intensity of their passing, their movement. They look like different players.
And so within 2 minutes of coming on, Olivier Giroud, with his third goal of the season, really gives Arsenal a big boost, and Reading now with every reason to be nervous. Still 25 minutes to hold out, having had that emphatic 4-0 lead. Will any Arsenal fans who did drift away be left to regret that decision, I wonder? Here's the other substitute, Eisfeld. Koscielny. Shamak. Eisfeld. Little flick from Theo Walcott. They're hoping it'll run, but Nicky Shorey in the end has to deal with it. Olivier Giroud was loitering again. There's Johan Giroud. Koscielny. Arshavin. Giroud. Here's Eisfeld. Miguel delivering with a cross.
Test for Reading now, isn't it? Arsenal's players have had the response. Arsene Wenger's had the response that he was looking for at half-time. Now, Reading need to be brave, need to be strong, need to be resolute, because if they concede any time soon, momentum is all with Arsenal.
There's Hunt. Now Gunter. Arsenal looking to catch Roberts offside and succeeding.
Well, not as comfortable as it was, and I think that's reflected in that picture right there.
This leads before this season, but never one as convincing as the one that they built up in the first half here. But it was a good time for Arsenal to get their breakthrough goal just before half-time. Lifted them going into the break, although the way they started the second half, you wouldn't necessarily have guessed that. But Giroud's goal coming so soon as it did after coming on as a substitute was the perfect.
Oh, it's gone on here, but it's like a very serious, stern talking to.
Wood and Roberts, the players involved in the discussion with Kevin Friend. Header on by Noel Hunt. Johan Giroud foul.
Look at that, Arsenal now. It's the kind of statistics that you're so used to seeing, aren't you, over the years from Arsenal. The big thing is they look a threat with the ball. That's the difference.
Giroud.
It is actually now at times like this that you look at Reading's defensive record and how fragile they've been. How many goals they've conceded. And you wonder, can you hang on?
Well, still more than 20 minutes to hang on. Arsenal, who looked utterly flat, down and almost out in the first half, with those two strikes either side of half-time, have given themselves genuine hope of prolonging their interest now in the Capital One Cup. Miguel trying to move it on, but it's a wasted opportunity. They've got the throw in, which he takes and gets back from Arshavin. Andre Arshavin. He still hasn't really flickered into life. Ledgerwood finding McCleary. Suddenly everything that was going right for Reading in the first half is now going wrong. Arsenal coming back at them in wave after wave now. Coquelin looking for a way through, looking for Olivier Giroud. It's the other substitute, Icefeld, who's caught by Mikel Ledgerwood. It's a free kick for Arsenal. And Ledgerwood, having just been spoken to, is now going to find himself in the book.
All of a sudden, it is Arsenal that are looking the sharper. They're quicker to the ball. It's role reversal. Icefeld, of course, is fresh. It's there ahead of Ledgerwood.
Big moment here, Theo Walcott, who started the Arsenal revival. Could give it a real kick here, if he can produce something from this. Walcott goes for goal. That's a turn.
I'm not sure I've ever seen Theo Walcott score a free kick from 30 yards, so obviously fancied it. He's going to take something special.
Well, Arsenal's next trip is to Manchester United. It's live on midday, Sky Sports 2 HD, and also available in Sky 3D. And after their 8-2 hammering at Old Trafford last season, the way the first half went here, we thought we were looking at a similar kind of score. But how it has altered now. Changes made a difference for Arsenal, and now Reading may be making a double substitution of their own. Here's Giroud. Blocked by Morrison. Giroud onto it again and strikes again. It's come back, but fortunately for Federici, it's Nicky Shorey who's there to clear. He has made the difference.
Well, he has. He's in the mood, isn't he? And he's confident. And he believes that he can score from 30 yards.
Positive changes being made by Reading. Pavel Pogrebniak and Joby McAnuff set to be sent on here by Brian McDermott to try and close this job off.
Giroud has two bites of the cherry, jumps for the header, reacts first. And that was ambitious, but this squeezes it through, under 20 yards out, forces the save.
Well, here come the two changes being made by Brian McDermott. Noel Hunt, who scored the fourth goal to put Reading 4-0 ahead here, now coming off to be replaced by Pavel Pogrebniak. And Gareth McCleary making way for Joby McAnuff, a regular Reading skipper. Pogrebniak wins his first header. It's away by Koscielny. This one just eased out of the way. McAnuff's first contribution to give away a free kick.
Well, he feels that Icefeld just left enough room for him to get the ball, but I think it was the nudge before he actually got his foot on the ball is the reason that Kevin Friend has correctly given a foul for that.
Is Theo Walcott going to try his luck again?
Well, this one's a little bit closer. Having had a couple of shots, do fancy Giroud, maybe pull rank here.
So plenty of time to think about it. It is Giroud.
Got to hit his own man. Two free kicks that lacked any real creativity, haven't they? Just got into a little scrappy 3 or 4 minutes, and that will certainly suit Reading as opposed to Arsenal.
Good response to that throw-in doesn't suit Reading, though. It gives Arsenal a chance to build again. Giroud's touchback to Francis Coquelin. Shoved through to Eisfeld. Thomas Eisfeld going for goal, but Federici confident enough to leave that.
A poor decision, I think. Lots of support. Arsene Wenger trying to get a message onto the young man. There's still plenty of time here for Arsenal.
It is his debut, Eisfeld, but it is a steep learning curve. Needs must for Arsenal at the moment. They need to strike again.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's finding a nice little bit of space in between the midfield areas and the attacking areas. Seen a lot of the ball since he's come on, the young man.
Back enough. Pogrebniak was onside. Here's Carl Jenkinson. Miguel. And again Miguel. Jenkinson. Coquelin. Played in by Arshavin. Giroud's header! And Federici tips it away crucially.
Silly challenge. To be fair, Kasper's Gorks has done him a favour. Bounced straight up. Having a really good thing and good effort on target. Sound a little bit silly, but fantastic improvisation by Giroud to get that header on target, and it's going again with pace, but then reckless challenge. Sees him see yellow.
That's a booking for Olivier Giroud to spoil his good work, and there's been plenty of that good work for a player who has struggled to settle at Arsenal. Here's Pogrebniak. Joby McAnuff. Eisfeld trying to keep him at bay, manages to fend him off for now, but it is a Reading corner.
First time, really. Been down that end of the pitch for what seems like a very long time. And they'll take their time over this corner.
Who'd have thought at 4-0 up you'd have been saying Reading need a fifth to make themselves look comfortable, but at the moment you feel they might. Morrison, who almost scored in the opening few minutes, forward for this corner and looking to get underneath it, does get underneath it. Just clambering over the back of Miguel as he got to it, though. It's Koscielny. Now Coquelin. Here's Miguel. And Shavin. Going to try and escape somehow from Friscanta. And he has. Giroud's in the thick of it again, but it's an Arsenal corner.
They haven't gone down without a fight, and I think that was the biggest request probably at half-time from Arsene Wenger.
Shamak. Well, Giroud is diving in, but couldn't quite get the touch he needed.
He's been right in the thick of everything, hasn't he, since he's come on the pitch? How close is he? Very close is the answer. Shamak gets the flick on, never going to score from there, and Giroud is on the move. He's very close.
Pogrebniak. Here's Robson Kanu. Weisfeld. Now Miguel. Here's Koscielny. Weisfeld trying to spin it through towards Shamak or Walcott, who are both there.
He's another one, you know, Weisfeld has been very, very impressed with him. Really good attempt to get Shamak or Walcott in behind, but he's finding plenty of the ball, the young midfield player.
Gunter. Weisfeld played himself out of that very neatly, didn't he?
Fantastic. He looks sharp, razor sharp, actually.
Here's Andre Arshavin. Another letdown for Arsenal.
It is. He attacks the fullback at pace. Defenders don't like it, running at pace, but then when he gets his half a yard, it's a cardinal sin. He's missed at the near post. Has to be going for the far post from that kind of an angle.
Arshavin scored in the last round against Coventry. His only start in 9 months for the club, having been loaned back to Zenit in the meantime. It has been another really disappointing night for Andre Arshavin. That's the thing for all the youngsters in the Arsenal team, is really some of the more experienced players who should be the butt of the criticism if they do go down to defeat in the game here tonight. Good run this from J-Tab. Appealing there for a handball against Johan Giroud without a great deal of conviction.
No, you don't give penalties, or you can't have penalties, or you shouldn't have penalties for this. Giroud arm down by his side, literally drilled at him from a yard away. Oh, the crowd, desperation.
Well, sometimes the closer you get, the further away it can feel. Will those Reading players be tiring now? We shouldn't. Well, here's Pogrebniak trying to get the better of Johan Giroud. Just going to say, we shouldn't forget that we talked about Arsenal's big game of the weekend. Reading have one of their own against Queen's Park Rangers, the only team apart from them not to have won in the Premier League this season.
Both these teams this evening have been picked because of the matches that are to come. Reading made several changes, probably more than Brian McDermott would have liked in an ideal world, but look at the fixtures they've got to come. QPR, Norwich, Everton, Wigan and Villa. And they will feel that they've got an opportunity to get quite a few points out of that run of 5 games.
Well, if they can hang on to this, it will give them a great boost going into that sequence of fixtures. Flag up here against Jason Roberts. Brian McDermott never played beyond this round in his Arsenal career. He did twice lose 4th round ties against Spurs and against Liverpool in his time at Highbury. Reading have never been beyond the quarter-finals. They've been at that stage twice, losing in 1998 to Middlesbrough, 1996 to Leeds. So if they get through here, it will equal the furthest they've ever gone in the League Cup. Still a bit of a question mark against it at the moment, though. Miguel.
cheaply.
Here's Marouane Chamakh. Asphalt strike going all the way back to Francis Coquelin. One for Walcott to chase. Here's Jenkinson. Awkward one for Federici, who's relieved to see it turn behind by McAnuff.
If Arsenal are going to get anywhere near getting back on level terms, you do feel you're going to need a goal literally in the next minute or two.
Yes, if it's going to happen, it has to happen soon for Arsenal. 5 minutes to go, still a 2-goal deficit. The corner is cut out by Gunter. Coquelin is first to it, but can't keep it in, and that hands Reading the initiative. Weisfeld, Jenkinson. Here's Pogrebniak. Carl Jenkinson. Chamakh's ball across, headed down into the path of Olivier Giroud. Now Pogrebniak. Roberts brilliantly past Koscielny. Needs support. Pushing the end by Laurent Koscielny.
I spoke to you about Jason Roberts' movement for his goal. Very clever. This is very clever. Runs across the defender. Knows that Laurent Koscielny can't get anywhere near the ball without fouling him.
Fourth Arsenal player to be cautioned, Laurent Koscielny. This little delay plays right into Reading hands.
Oh yeah, the clock is ticking.
McAnuff and Nicky Shorey over the free kick here for Reading. Just have to try and somehow keep it conservative to play their way through to what would be a famous result in this competition for them. Shorey with the free kick, and Martinez looked uncertain.
Well, the goalkeeper will tell you he was in full control.
I'm not sure I believe it, though.
No.
And Chamakh. To slide one through for Weisfeld, but it didn't come off. Jenkinson. Now Miguel. Header away by Morrison. Giroud standing his ground against Pavel Pogrebniak. Guiding him with the challenge, which won the ball, but Ledgerwood, having emerged with it, then goes down. The referee plays on. Chamakh. Here's Theo Walcott trying to place one, and he's won a corner. Reading just over a minute plus stoppage time away from recording their first ever victory over Arsenal at the 10th attempt. And the man who scored against Arsenal now scores for them, and Arsenal are 3/4 of the way to a famous comeback.
Well, again, Brian McDermott won't be happy with the defending. Kasper's Gorks. It is. Challenges, runs under the ball. That leaves Koscielny with a free header. Not going to miss from there. I just wonder. I think the all-important thing now is what is that board? It's going to be held up any second by the fourth official. Going to say.
Well, no one's leaving now. Reading 4. Arsenal 3. Arsenal have done 3/4 of the job in repairing the humiliation they suffered in that first half when they were 4-0 down. Jason Roberts, who started the scoring off, is dragged down, and Laurent Koscielny, who's just scored, has also recently been booked by Kevin Friend. From his body language, there's no suggestion that he's going to produce another card here, but Koscielny might be a very lucky man.
I think Legit would. Needs to leave it. Kevin Friend's here. There's no question that Laurent Koscielny is a very, very lucky boy. We said earlier, didn't we, Kevin Friend has been very, very lenient all evening.
The answer to the question, there are 4 added minutes. Still time for Arsenal to stage their comeback and to take it into extra time. So no surprise that Reading are just trying to keep it in that corner now.
I'd suggest Arsenal flood that area over there because they know what Reading are going to try and do. There's no point in leaving players anywhere but over there. They've got to win the ball back.
Well, here's the opportunity for a break, and it rests with Andrei Arshavin. Can he pick out the kind of ball that Arsenal need? Walcott, who started the revival, is the man who's got on the end of this. Giroud is available for the pullback. Shamak's in the middle. Walcott's gone all the way through, and it's narrowly wide, and he's got a touch on the way as well. Corner.
Wow. Maybe we haven't seen the end of it. Let's not forget. Last corner, Arsenal scored, and that was close.
Well, not the goalkeeper coming forward, but virtually everybody else is. Walcott's corner goes across. Pogrebniak gets it away, and now Reading looking to break and settle it once and for all. McAnuff's on the far side if Pogrebniak sees him. And even if he has, he doesn't think he can get the ball across to him. He did.
Oh, it's Koscielny again, you know. Walks away, doesn't dare look at Kevin Friend.
Well, this is more nerve-wracking than he thought it would be at 4-0. But here's Pogrebniak, and Arsenal for a moment had switched off there. Jenkinson did in the end get back to him. Here's J-Tab. Here's Robson Kanu. It's up to Arsenal to try and wrestle it away from him. And now they have their opportunities. It's gone behind. Martinez has to get on with things. And Reading are going to hold them up even more by making a substitution. Simon Church is coming on. And Jason Roberts, one of the Reading heroes on the night, the man who got the first goal for them, coming on.
Well, he's been outstanding, no question. It's been a battle for him in the second half, but first half almost unplayable.
Referee wants the kick retaken. Well, there might only be one last chance for Arsenal to take this to extra time. Pogrebniak, wayward header from him. Away by Gunter, just clearing the lines. The important thing now for Reading, trying to run the clock down, trying to see through a job that's become more nervous than might have been expected.
Well, just as we gave Reading lots and lots of credit for the fantastic first half performance, we've got to give Arsenal credit for the way they've come back. It looked terrible. They were bereft of any kind of ideas, any kind of sharpness, any kind of fight in the first half, but they've really made a fist of it.
Ball back from Church. Gunter. Weisfeld can let that go in the hope that Arsenal can launch something. He's hoping they don't. Worried face of Arsene Wenger. Still the referee lets it go on. Here's Long Koscielny.
Since the World Cup run and chance, Reading have done well. They've kept Arsenal away from the danger area.
Well, we're beyond the 4 minutes indicated, but the indications are that Arsenal might get the opportunity to launch one last assault on the Reading goal. Coquelin gets the ball in towards Marouane Chamakh, headed down, Walcott with a chance, and is it over?
Yeah, that's over.
It is now. It's been turned in the end by Jenkinson to make absolutely sure, and Arsenal have done it. From 4-0 down, they've drawn it level right at the death.
When I looked at the assistant referee, I'm sure I saw daylight between the first effort. He did not raise his flag. I was astounded. It doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter now. But long hopeful ball, knocked down. Walcott, that's well over. The assistant referee, unobstructed view, has got to see that. It doesn't matter now, but it could have mattered. That is the big thing. I mean, you've got to see that from where you're standing. Jenkinson follows up. There's a handball in there to boo. Reading don't like it because they feel nearly 96 minutes been played. Time should have been up.
Well, Jenkinson's goal has stopped a potential controversy there, because had he not followed it up, then maybe the goal wouldn't have counted. Jason Roberts, furious in his discussions there with Michael Oliver. But Arsenal have completed the seemingly impossible. They were 4-0 down. Theo Walcott got them a goal at the right time, just on the brink of half-time, but with an immense fight back in the second half through Giroud, Koscielny and Carl Jenkinson, they have taken it to 4-4. Jason Roberts, who started the scoring off, is shaking his head in disbelief. Arsene Wenger's team have got themselves out of jail, and extra time is to come. Don't go away.